I have been making the same exact breakfast at home every day for like 5 years. And in this video, I'm gonna show you step by step exactly how I make it. Why? Because it's cheap, it's easy. Editor's note, it would have been funny to say cheesy here because it's a portmanteau of cheap and easy, except that I don't put cheese on it. Damn it! It's healthy. It's fast, and when you look up breakfast recipes, they're always much more complicated. I don't need it to be amazing. I don't need it to be gourmet. I don't even need it to be that good. I spent most of my adult life not cooking at home because in my head it was always way more complicated. So this video is for all of you out there who don't really care about cooking. They just want to do something quick at home that's pretty good. Turns out I actually think it's super delicious, but it's stupidly simple. And this goes right along with my cooking philosophy known as gastrono-meh. A while ago I made a cooking video for all of you 20 or 30 somethings out there who were like me when I was 20 or 30 something. Clueless about cooking. I mean, I was clueless about a lot of things, but we're talking specifically about cooking right now. It's stupidly simple. You gather some stuff, you heat it up, you put salt on it, you make sure it's cooked enough so you don't die. And this breakfast is basically that. And it fills you up, it tastes good enough, and it's good for you. Let's head to my culinary school and do some gastrono-meh breakfast. Welcome to the culinary school, where today we will be making eggs a la Craig's. First, you need eggs. The best kind of eggs to get for this are whatever's the cheapest, probably. Black beans. Now, I prefer the ones that are whatever is here right now, and which are these. Salsa. This is my favorite salsa, Chipotle Frontera, but you can use whatever, and sometimes you can just not even use any. It's still good. And I will be cooking it on the pan known as Zwilling Peak. They are the sponsor of this video, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. First, we heat up the pan to like low to medium heat. While that's heating up, we'll open the bean can. While you open the bean can, you can sway your butt a little. It's okay. Grab my strainer and my plate. Now it's probably a good time to pop some oil on there. Oh yeah, olive oil. You need olive oil. I didn't say that before. I'm saying it now. I like to get the oil good and hot first. Uh-oh, I gotta move the camera because the sink is over there where I strain the beans, and I don't want you to miss a good bean straining. I like to strain the beans. I used to not strain the beans, but this with the salsa and the egg yolk makes the whole thing too liquidy. Eggs a la Craig's is not a liquidy dish. Texture is important. And I'm gonna reduce the heat down to like medium-low, air on the side of low. Some people, they like to pop the eggs on the pan and sizzle and get a little bit of crisp on the eggs. I like a slow-cooked egg. Then it's got a perfect, like, soft but firm texture, like my beard. Although it's not hairy like my beard. So it takes a bit longer. But if I'm in a rush, just pop it on there, sizzle it up. I'm gonna try to do a one-handed. No, I'm not doing it. Oh, no. Okay, that was a disaster. Okay, we got eggshell in there. We got eggshell. I shouldn't have tried to do one-handed. Forgot how to do it. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Forgot. How do you do a one-handed? Well, sorta. Did I get shell in that one too? I don't normally do one-handed, okay. And then nature's perfect spice, salt. A couple of jupes of that. I need a spatula. If I'm making them for China, I put garlic powder on them. She likes garlic powder. To me, it's not even worth it. It is a little better, but it's not better enough for me to care. See the nice slow cook? Not so much sizzle, but it's firming up. Here, let me show you. Look at that. Yeah. And now, normally I'd also be grinding some beans and making some pour-over coffee at the same time, but this is the afternoon. I didn't have breakfast today because I knew I was going to be making it later for this. I'm very hungry. Instead, earlier, I had another really easy breakfast I like. Greek yogurt, blueberries, chia seeds, and granola. And there's no added sugar, just the sweetness from the blueberries. It'd probably be better if I put a little syrup in it, but One of the great things about this is all the protein in the beans and the eggs and all the fiber. Not a huge amount and quite filling. And I think my daughter just yelled 6-7. I'm only gonna use half the beans, so I put the other half in a little jar and in the fridge, and then I have a nice little beanie surprise in the morning. Because I don't remember if I used it all up or if I didn't. I don't think about that all day. Maybe I think about that all day. What do you think of eggs a la Craig's, China?
I like them, but I don't usually eat them.
Why not?
I don't want to make them, and when you're making them, I'm not hungry. I don't want texture. I prefer scrambled eggs.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of reasons.
They're kind of plain. I don't put cheese in them or anything.
They're good. I'm not like critiquing the dish.
Mm-hmm.
I do like it. I get bored.
The way you were framed in this shot made it look like you're a part of the witness protection program or something. and I...
It says I'm not.
Now, I do over easy eggs. Let's see if they're... Oh yeah, they come off very easily. This is a good time to talk about this pan. So let's talk about this sweet Zwilling Peak pan. Oh no, what's this? Another Zwilling Peak pan. Zwilling means twin in German because they're double great. They've been making kitchen stuff since 1731, before the United States existed, and probably around the time I started making my beans and eggs breakfast. I'm old and I've been making it for a long time is what I'm saying. So they probably know what they're doing. The Peak is a ceramic hybrid pan. It's hybrid, meaning it's half man, half horse. No, it has a ceramic non-stick coating, but with stainless steel structure underneath. Look, my finger's not sticking. Proof. And it's PFAS-free, no PFOA, no PTFE, and no PTA meetings required. But if you're part of the PTA, don't miss your meetings. And no lead and no cadmium, which makes Craig's head so gladmium. The surface is scratch-resistant enough to use metal utensils, which is useful for when I fall into one of my famous scratchy rages. It's safe up to 500 degrees, works on all stove tops, including induction, which I'm using today. And the handle is welded on, so it ain't going anywhere. One thing about ceramic pans, preheat before you add anything and don't crank it to maximum heat. Ceramic holds meat really well, much like me when I get into a scratchy rage! It's what I'm known for. It's like my thing. When the eggs go in, look, they come off super easy. I'm not fighting the pan, so I have more energy to fight my inner demons, which lead to my scratchy rages. Buy now on Zwilling.com. Now I'm gonna juggle. No, I'm not gonna juggle these. Back to the breakfast. Whoop. Now we don't let this sit for too long. I do want them to be a little firm on the top, but not so firm. Sometimes they're over a little too easy. I also don't want it to be too runny in here. Cook, cook, cook. That's probably good. You have to say cook as well. That helps. Pop those in a bowl. Just plop them in the bowl, and then turn the heat up to medium because we gonna heat some beans. It doesn't really matter how you heat the beans. Put some salt on there. You just gotta heat them up. So they're hot with heat. You know what I'm saying? Hot with heat. Hot with heat. Hot with heat. Hot beans. Hot with heat. Hot with heat. Hot beans. Hot with heat. I said hot with eat. That's because I'm hungry. Just move them around so that they're all heated all around. I don't know. I don't know if I need to even move them around, but I'm doing it. It just seems like what you're supposed to do, you know? I'm standing here, I got a spatula, one thing leads to another, and I'm moving beans around. Use this time to put away the can opener, wash up the counter a little bit. Usually I look to see if there's any kind of steam rising from the beans. I'm looking for bean steam, and I'm not really seeing any yet. Let me turn the heat up a little bit more. They're probably warm enough at this point, though. It really doesn't matter. I could eat them cold. It probably wouldn't taste as good cold, but I could do it. You ever see that video, The Human Bean? The guy, I can't remember the guy's name, Australian YouTuber. He did a month of just eating beans. He'd sometimes eat them just straight from the can. That was interesting. So I don't even need to be cooking these. I just want them to be hot. I could put them in the microwave. That would probably save even more time. But then I probably got to use a different bowl, and then it's more dishes. It's just convenient. It's right here. And usually I'm doing something else, like making coffee or cutting up an apple and putting peanut butter on it. I do that as well. Okay, it's steaming. Turn it off. Turn your stove off. Idiot. Even though this is an induction and it will turn off automatically. But don't rely on that. And then you just dump the beans on top of the eggs. The Craig bean dump, they call it. Grab a fork. Open up the salsa. Look at this salsa. Look at this. That is good. Got a smoky scent to it. You take the salsa, you plop it, and then you mix it around a little, and you got some salsa bean egg in there. Put it back in the fridge. Who does this? Who makes a cooking show with something so stupidly simple? And then I take the pan, put some water in it, let it sit in the sink, and then I will wipe it out later, pop it in the dishwasher. There we go. Look at that. Then I just dig in and try to have a good egg-bean salsa ratio with every bite. Yep, pretty much every morning. I would say 99% of mornings in the last 5 years I've had this. Fills me up, it's good. Hey, gastrono-meh chef Craig Benzine here. It's days later now. One thing I didn't show you that I often do now, since the video about eating 5 cups of fruits and vegetables a day, is add broccoli to this. But I do it in the most gastrono-meh way you can add broccoli. Take some frozen broccoli, put some of it in a bowl, a little bit of water, cover it with a wet paper towel, my nickname in high school, put it in the microwave for 4 minutes. Gastrono-meh. Originally, for this video, I was gonna do a gourmet version of this breakfast, whatever that might be, and see if how much better it tastes is actually worth all the effort. But then I Googled it, and it's really, the gourmet versions, a lot of them have refried black beans, which I don't really like. I don't want a mushy food, you know? I'm not a mushy food kind of guy. And mostly it's just adding some more spices. So I'm just gonna make a version in which I add more spices. Did it, and I got broccoli in there this time. Here's the thing though, I added a bunch of spices. Onion powder, cumin, smoked paprika, garlic powder, salt, pepper, Queen Latifah, Kid and Play. I didn't put the salsa on it because I don't want to bury all those spices. Let's see what it tastes like without the salsa at all. I may have overcooked the eggs a little. I think the texture of the eggs matters the most when it comes to how good this is. It's good, not that different. I'm gonna put the salsa on it. Better. Is it better with all the spices than without? A little, but it's not amazing. I'm not a gourmet chef. But yeah, it's slightly better. Cooking is basically just heating up some food and throwing some tasty stuff on top of the food. I should have salted the broccoli. I thought it wouldn't matter mixed in with everything else. I should have salted the broccoli. I don't know, I just try stuff and try not to make it too complicated. The point I keep making is the point I'm trying to get through the thick skull of my 20-year-old self. Cooking isn't complicated. It doesn't have to be. You just throw stuff together and you'll end up making something probably healthier and cheaper and more convenient because you'll just have the stuff in your home. You don't gotta go buy a sandwich at Starbucks or McDonald's out of convenience or whatever. You can do this and it's pretty much equally as convenient once you get comfortable with it. Now, once you get into gourmet territory, then it gets a little more complicated, but it doesn't have to be. And now that it's become kind of a ritual, it's kind of therapeutic to just be throwing stuff together in the kitchen, moving around, grabbing stuff, rather than, I'll have the number one, please. There's nothing therapeutic about that. I guess it is fun to use that voice. I'll have the number one, please. Although you probably shouldn't do that. Anyway, just grab stuff, throw it together, try not to make it too complicated. Gastrono-meh. I hope this helped some of you, especially you, Jason, but not you, Aunt Judy. And thank you for watching. I'm still making videos over on Patreon. Sorry. Oof. I guess that's a good way to end. A couple videos ago I ended on keeping the butt farting, so I guess keep the mouth burping as well. Did I wink already? That might have been a second wink. Sorry for wasting your time.